Good evening, fellow Plexers. This is the first of a 3-video series of Plex being installed under Ubuntu 24.04, and this video will be installing it as a .deb package downloaded from Plex's download site and setting permissions up to see media on the install drive under home in a folder named media-plex. Here's all my standard test Plex media that's all public domain. We will do things a little bit differently. We have a couple options to grant permissions, and we are going to install the download graphically. So that involves enhancing your Ubuntu install if it's a fresh one. We will set you up to also install Flatpak apps, and you'll have an additional software store, and the new one is what we'll use to install the downloaded deb file. So let's start there. If you don't have terminal already pinned to your taskbar, you can go up, search for terminal, right click and pin. And if you'd like to have your desktop look like mine, go into your settings and you can pin that to the toolbar also. Go to Ubuntu Desktop and change position on screen from left to bottom, and also uncheck panel mode. If I check panel mode, this starts from the left, and I like to have things centered. So that's how you get it to look like mine. So first off, start terminal. I'm going to try to run things in 2 windows. And everything I have in this Google Doc file will be in the description. So to install Flatpak integration and enable the Flathub part of it, I got some spelling errors here. We're going to copy this command first. Highlight it, right click it, choose copy, use Control-C with a keyboard shortcut. But in terminal, we can't use a keyboard shortcut to paste. We have to right click at the cursor, choose paste, and then hit enter. Type your password, and then we'll grab the next line. Copy that, right click in terminal, paste. And then this is all one line. Make sure you grab it all. And I'll right click again and choose paste. Now I've already done this. At this point you need to reboot, and we will wait for you. Tick tock. Okay, so you've rebooted. Now when you go in and type software, you'll have the original Ubuntu software store, and you'll have this additional one. You can search and install more apps this way, and if you're not a fan of Snap, you've just accessed all of the Flathub Flatpak apps. Okay, our next step is to just search for Plex and downloads. You'll end up here. Choose your distribution. Click on the Ubuntu/Debian 64-bit one and download. You'll see I've already downloaded this file. So now that you've downloaded it, we can go to the Files app, into the download folder, and now when you right click on it, you'll see you can open with software install. The new store will open up. You can simply click install and your password, authenticate, and we're off to the installation races. Now, you're not going to see this again. If I just back out of it, I'm not going to see Plex Media Server anyplace. I'm not going to see it in the other store. So hang on to this file. If you want to uninstall it easily, you can just double click on it again. But why would you want to uninstall Plex? And then just hit the trash can. So I'm going to leave this open because if I click open here, it will open up the local host address for this new server. We could go to the direct IP address to claim it also, but we can't claim it until we have permission for the media. Matter of fact, I'm just going to close this because once we use terminal to grant permission to the media, I will have to reboot just like you will have to reboot a second time. So there's a couple different options. You can grant permissions this way, or you can grant permissions that way. I haven't tried this method. Some prefer. I'm going to use this method. So it's customized for me. My username is Albert. I have within home a folder called media-plex that has all my media. So you can copy and paste this into a text document. Just look for text. We want something without formatting. And you can go down and make this work for you. If your name is Steve and that's the username, you can do that. If you put a folder named My Media in home, you can use that. So then customize every line for that. So the second line would be just your username after home, and then the third line is just your username. All right, so we'll copy that. We'll go back to terminal, and I'm going to type CLEAR to clear the screen. I'll right click, paste, enter. There's no confirmation of anything that happens. I'll grab this next line that you'll customize with your own username. Paste that in, and then I'll grab this final line. Opened up OBS Studio instead of Terminal. I'll paste this in, and that's it. Now, you can actually type reboot here to reboot if you've got everything closed down. I'm not going to do that. I need to stop OBS Studio and close it, and then I will reboot, and I'll join you back here. Okay, now that you've rebooted and I've rebooted, I'm going to go back to Files just to get back to Plex again to start it. I'll go to Downloads and I'll just double click on the .deb file to open this app store. Again, I've done many how to claim Plex server videos. You could get to the same spot by using the direct IP address. I'll hit open. We want to see how Plex works. I click got it. I'm going to give this a more appropriate name. I'll click next. I will add a library, and this is the point we'll know whether the permissions were granted the right way. Browse for media. Now to see home, I have to go up, then home, my username, and I can see the folders within home, so that's a great sign. Clicked into the Plex Media, the media-plex folder. I'll go to my movie libraries folder, and I'll click into the main library structure. I see the movie file names, and I'll click add, and I'll go to advanced because we're going to customize this install the Plex with custom metadata to support my third video. Okay, so I want to set this up for automatic collections that are pulled from the movie database. I don't want to see a collection until I have at least 2 movies from the collection on the server. And I also do not want to see the collections from the library tab and only see them from the collection tab that will be created after the first collection is brought in. So I'm going to hide collections but show their items, and their items are the movies. Add the library. Let's add a TV show library. And because I only name from TVDB, I'm going to point episode ordering globally at TVDB instead of the default TMDB. That supports a later addition of a trash guides install, because Sonar only pulls naming from TVDB and not the movie database. Okay, lastly, let's add a music library. Whoops. Let's go back. I'll go up to see home, my username, the library folder, the sort folder for music libraries, the main music library, and add. Okay, next, done. So I can switch to this test server by going to the wrench. You saw my regular server. I'm on that, and now I can drop down to, let me drop down to transcoder, and we'll see the default settings that work. Now, I have to disable this because this Google Chrome web browser is not going to play things with this setting, but my ONN device from Walmart that's down in the basement with me will. So on older systems with older systems with Chrome, you're not going to be able to play through Chrome. So I'm going to change this to always see the iGPU and save changes. So now I can drop down to libraries, and where are my libraries? A refresh brought them there. Let me click in, and this is all public domain media, so I can play the media. So we know we're connected to the media. So let's do a little customization that'll help me later on in the third video, where I move this package install into a Docker container install. And the second video will be showing how to set up a same test server like this under Docker by using Dockhand. I am just going to change all the posters to something else, something that'll stick out like a sore thumb. Well, I don't want that one. I'll use this one. Let's use that one. So I have 2 editions of this. It's the same movie remastered. In a previous video, I showed how to use edition tags in the file naming, which is a Plex Pass feature. Let's use that one. And let's use that one. So now that we have custom metadata, let's add a collection, a manual collection. We'll take 3, we'll edit all 3 titles, I'll click on tags, and I'll type test collection. I have to click add test collection and then save changes. And now if I refresh the browser window, just Control R, I have that collection. So that is going to represent custom metadata for later on when we move the server. We can show that the custom metadata went along with it. Okay, that's how you get Plex going. That's how you grant permissions. And I would not recommend this for anything besides a small server. I love headless Plex servers, but if you have to run it and use the computer at the same time, Ubuntu's not a bad way to do it. Do it this way. Probably do it through a Docker container. Enable the Flathub integration for Flatpak apps. You'll have more available apps. They don't have to be snaps if you don't want them to. And you'll be off to the races. For a headless small server, I still recommend Zima OS. Even with USB Media, it's a great little Linux NAS OS. But yeah, this is how to get the package version of Ubuntu going. It's my first video doing that. And this can be moved. The snap package version of Ubuntu can't be moved. So if you don't want to do Docker, do this over the snap package. Thanks for watching and happy Plexing.